From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your North Coast Neighborhood Forecast.
Everything Medical has been your complete source for medical supplies since 2007. Our 10,000 square foot showroom has the largest selection of home medical equipment in the North State. We have what you need. Everything Medical, Athens Avenue, Reading.
Boy, that marine layer, the fog, the clouds, it's really kind of holding on strong here for the coast. Now, I expect it to be mainly cloudy for the coast over the next few days. By the middle to latter part of the week, though, next week, we're going to be looking at a very good possibility for some of those clouds beginning to erode away a little bit better here. But the bigger story here is going to be the heat that's heading to the inland areas and for the mountains. You may have been hearing about a heat wave heading into parts of all of Northern California, with the exception of the coast. And that'll be here by the end of next week, and not to mention next weekend. And it's some bigger heat, it's quite a heat wave heading our way, as a matter of fact. We'll get into that in a second, but of course we'll take a look at our planner for tonight. Low 50s for both the inland and the coast. Inland about 85 here on Monday, low 60s here for the coast. And for Trinity County, should be a bit warmer for those daytime highs, right around 90 for Weaverville, Hayfork, and Lewiston. Sunny skies overnight tonight, dropping to somewhere in the mid 50s. So the temperature trend, yeah, we're talking about that heat wave, right? So not a big deal here through the middle of the week, but by Thursday, Friday, we're starting to notice the uptick in temperatures, and a big one at that, up to 107 by Saturday. That looks to be the peak of the heat wave. So where's it all coming from? Well, it's actually coming from the desert Southwest, where right now they've got excessive heat warnings. And that's going to be the case for Monday, Tuesday of next week as well, where they've got highs forecast to be 115 to 120. Now, is it going to get that hot for the North Coast, for the inland areas, for the mountains? No, but we are going to get close to 110 degrees, especially out towards the Weaverville area. There's that heat. It's expanding. It's getting closer to us by midweek. But as you saw in that trend, it's really not warming up a whole lot until the end of next week and into next weekend, where that bubble of heat is pretty much right on top of us. So valley highs, the Sacramento Valley, highs over 110 degrees. And for the mountains, upwards of 105, maybe even higher than that. You saw that for Weaverville. Okay, and then we go into Sunday, that heat will start to retreat again. So we may start to see our temperatures drop after that peak on Saturday. So let's take a look at Futurecast. We're going to take you into your Monday morning. You can see the fog along the coast, but sunny skies elsewhere. And we're going to keep it sunny here for the inland areas and for the mountains here for your Monday afternoon, and a little bit of clearing for some of us along the coast. And then Tuesday morning, there's the fog. Tuesday afternoon, it starts to try to break up. So it looks like it's partly to mostly cloudy skies, maybe even more sunshine for places like Crescent City, and maybe even a few clouds developing in northern Trinity County. But otherwise, mainly sunny skies inland and for Trinity County. Here are your wave heights. Let's take you through the day on Monday, as a matter of fact. You can see not a big change here. We are starting to see those wave heights begin to increase a little bit here as we go into Monday afternoon, but shouldn't be a major, shouldn't be too bad, at least at this point, what it's looking like. Here's a marine forecast for your Monday. North winds at 5 to 10 knots. Waves from the north at 3 feet at about 4 seconds, and from the northwest at 3 feet at 11 seconds. No advisories in the forecast. Here is your forecast for your Monday, kind of that footprint of what we can expect across the region. For Trinity County, mainly in the 80s and 90s, although Ruth about 78 for your Monday. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s along the coast, and mid to upper 80s for the inland areas. Let's go and take a look at your 7-day forecast. Looking at Crescent City, mostly cloudy skies, could be in the mid 60s by Friday. So the heat wave for the coast is going to be mid 60s for those daytime highs. For Hoopla, though, you're up to about 100 degrees by Friday, and just above that by the time we get into Saturday. And for Weaverville, the peak will be on Saturday with a high of 107 degrees. And there's your 7-day forecast for Eureka, low 60s. And again, there's that slight increase by the end of the week and into next weekend, but still between 63 and 64 degrees.